Okay, in this video we're going to take a look at some commands that apply to formatting individual characters in Word. Characters are the smallest unit that you can format, and almost everything we're going to look at is going to be in the font group right here. So if you want to format characters, select the characters you want to format. I'm just going to drag my mouse over a few characters here. And if you want to change the font, simply click on the down arrow next to the font name and select the font that you want. The font list can get kind of long in Word, and you can go quickly there by typing in the first letter or two. If I want the Verdana font, I just type VE, and it picks up the Verdana font for me. If I want to change the font size, just go here and select a number. Now there are a bunch of numbers that are missing here. If I want 13 point, for example, 13 isn't here. Just select something, and you can go up here and you just type 13 right on top of what's there. And when I hit the Enter key, it'll be adjusted to 13 point text. Now let's go back to 10 point text, and this was originally Calibri, and so now we're kind of back where we were before. Some other commands for modifying fonts. This will increase the font size, and it doesn't just increase it by one, it increases it by whatever the next setting is on your list here. Okay, and for some reason it's not, let's try this. Let me set everything to 10, and now if I go here and increase it, it goes to 11, 12, and it should skip 13 and goes to 14, and then 16 and 18 and so on. And this one goes back in the other direction. Okay, and this was originally 11, not 10, so let's go back and make it 11 again. Okay, you can change the capitalization. You can do sentence case, which will capitalize the first letter and make everything else lowercase, although it was smart enough to keep this name here capitalized and this name capitalized. I can also go to make everything lowercase. I'm not sure you want to do that very often. Let's undo that. And we can also go to all uppercase, and I'm going to undo that. And you can go to capitalize each word. So if you're doing a title or something like that, you might want to use that option. And the last one is to toggle the case, and about the only time you'd need that would be if you had the shift key down by mistake, but actually Word will frequently correct that for you automatically, so usually that's not a problem. Okay, so let's go back to our original here. Then we've got bold, which toggles on and off. Click it once, it turns bold on. Click it a second time. Italic, I'm going to click it once, and it turns italics on. Click it again to turn italics off. Underline, turns it on. Click it again to turn it off. And in Word 2010, you've got multiple options for underlines here, and it actually does a live preview for us here. So if you don't just want a single underline, you've got lots of choices here. And that's a toggle again, so we'll turn it back off. Strike through. Click on that. You get a line through everything. Turn it off. We can make stuff subscripts. Now, you probably would not want to make an entire selection like this a subscript. I'm just going to put the number 2 on the end here and then select it, and then we're going to make that a subscript, and then we're going to make it a superscript, and then we're going to go back to normal simply by clicking on it again to turn it off. So these are toggles as well. Turn it on, turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off. Okay. And you've got some other things here. We've got some text effects. You know, basically this is word art. I'll just select the word Marley here, and we'll try some of these effects. And it does do a live preview, except the word Marley is being hidden. So let's go here and try it again. Now I can see the word Marley, and I get a live preview as I move the mouse over these different choices here. And that's probably something we're going to use like for a poster or something like that. You can also highlight stuff. Pick any highlighting color you want. and this also does a live preview. I'm not going to leave it highlighted. And you can change the font color if you want. You get theme colors here, which vary depending on the theme that you've chosen for your document. These are for Office 2010. And standard colors down here, and this also does a live preview, so if you want to add a little bit of color, you can do that. If you don't like the colors there, you can go over here and you can pretty much pick any color in the rainbow. We've got a bunch of colors here. If that's not good enough for you, you can go over here and you can select the red and the green and the blue component and get any one of the 16 million colors that is available to you in Windows. Okay, now there are a couple of keyboard shortcuts for some of this stuff here too. Let's just leave the word Marley selected. And keyboard shortcut for increasing the font size by 1 point is Control and a right square bracket. Two keys over from the P on the keyboard. I'm going to hold the Control key down and do that a couple of times. And every time I do, you see the point size up there increasing by 1. This one just increases by 1. It doesn't go through the options that are on the drop-down list. And Control and the left square bracket will go the other way and decrease the font size by 1 point. Okay, and we've got the standard. These are pretty much universal. Control B and Control I and Control U for bold and italic and underline. I'm going to do a Control B now and do it again to turn it off. Do a Control I to turn italics on. Do it again to turn it off. Do a Control U to turn underline on, and do a Control U again to turn it off. And those are the basic commands that you need for modifying individual fonts or individual characters in a document.